We're going to continue with the lecture. Today will be given by His Grace Janakinath Prabhu, senior devotee serving ISKCON Amsterdam for a long time, also as Pujari today as speaker. So everybody, big Haribol! Haribol! Please move, everybody move a little bit forward, close to the...
Hare Krishna.
A lot more space, come on. Close by. So the new guests can come and sit in the back.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So I thank you all for coming today to the Hare Krishna. As you said, the Sunday law feast. And that will be part of the subject matter for today's talk. I don't call it a class. A class is something you do on the university or on the school, and there's somebody sitting in front and he gives you everything, and you make notes and you learn it from your head, and that's the class. But this is actually not a class in ISKCON. In Krishna consciousness, it's actually not a class. It's like an exchange between the listener and the speaker. And it's not that the speaker is more important than the listener. Actually, the listener is more important in one sense, because if the listeners really want to hear something, then Krishna might inspire the speaker in one way or another, how far he might be to speak something. What is for us at the right moment, or for us on the right time. So today we continue till 5 o'clock, or is there some schedule or something?
5 o'clock got our team.
And then there is...
Shinga and Damodar to come.
So we started singing a bhajan. Oh, I have to click it. Because I will also give the translation, and I know it not word for word. This is a famous bhajan, we all know it, Jaya Radha Madhava. But who knows the translation word for word? You know? You for the first time?
Not first time, but second.
Second time? Anybody for the first time? No. Everybody came before. So we will sing that bhajan. It's a famous bhajan, and I know what it means, but not literally, that I can produce the text like that. It actually, when I was a small boy and I was going to school, we had to learn from the it was Christian school, and then every Monday morning we had to say up a psalm, a song from our tradition. And I was actually the only one who never had it completely right. All the kids had a 10 because they say the song, blah, 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 blah. And then I always make some mistake somewhere. So I have a 9.9, from 1 to 10. And then 10 is the highest, and 0 is the lowest. So from 1 to 10, I come then up with 9.5, or even 9 minus a half, or something like never 10. So in that sense, my brain is not remembering a lot of things. But it remembers in another way. It remembers the mood, like a language. I can remember the mood of a language, not the words so easily, but the mood of a language, so the mood of people instead of the names. So everybody has different abilities, and we can all use our abilities in the service of the Lord. So I will sing Jaya Radha Madhava, and I will read the translation first so we know actually what we are singing, isn't it? It says, Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. He is the lover of the cowherd maidens of Raja and the holder of the great hill named Govardhan. So already in the first part we have 2 times the word love and lover. Second, he is the beloved, again, son of Mother Yasoda, the delighter of the inhabitants of Braja. And he wanders in the forest along the banks of the river Yamuna. So try to put that in your brain. The river Yamuna, Krishna, who is pastime with his gopis. He is the lover of the inhabitants of Vrajarani. In one sense we are all in Vraja, in Vrindavan now, because the temple is considered to be Vrindavan. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunda Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunda Bihari, Jaya Gopichandra Hare Anantakoti Vaishnavi Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Prem Sukha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindi Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Gangamaya Mundamaya Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Patita Pavana Nityananda Gaura Hari Ki Jai Sisi Karuna Nitai Gaura Chanda Ki Jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Gaur Premananda. All glories to all the devotees, all glories to all the devotees, all glories to all the devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada. Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So we have 45 minutes left. I want to tell 3 stories, that means 50 minutes for one story. And I want to sing another song to finish off with another song. So there's a lot of singing today, a lot of stories. Not so much philosophy, it's the month of Kartik. It's a very special month in our Vaishnava tradition. And in this month, philosophy is important, of course, we have to understand what we're doing and so on and so on. But it's also important, actually it's said in the Shastras. Okay, before we have to start going into it, we have to say some prayers, right? Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Vedam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Yavidiyayet Vede Ramayane Chaiva Purani Bharatarataravan Chacha Machacha Hari Sarvatra Giyate Dharma Pratita Kaita Gotra Paramanir Vatsaranam Sakam Vedyam Vastavam Akrashira Tapatayam Munanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite King Vapare Harishvara Sadhyaridja Avaruchati Krishnavistat Sanat Om Jnanatimarandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Tatsorumitam Jena Tasmai Shri Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, we were talking, last week we were talking about, and I'm here from just Tuesday till Friday mostly. Now Astasaki is gone to Vrindavan. So Sampati and myself, we were sitting there and we were talking, was some talking about pastimes of Krishna, and especially the pastimes of Krishna in the 10th canto. And we thought there's some misunderstanding about it, that we should not read the 10th canto because it's too high for us, because that's talking about Krishna and his adventure with the Gopas and the Gopis and all these things. But actually, Prabhupada made it very easy for us, and one of the first books he translated was the book Krishna. And it was spread all the way, all around in the world. Actually, in Amsterdam, they were going to the prostitutes and selling them the Krishna book, because it said it's a book about love. And they bought it. And so they get purification. So, and actually in America, we were going to pop festivals, we were going to we were in the 60s and the 70s, and they were selling this Krishna book to people who are, they're far away from Krishna. And in Krishna book, we read all kind of things about Krishna's pastimes, with the Gopas, with the Gopis, and all kind of naughty things he does. We will talk about that a little bit also. So it's there. We have to know. Bhaktisiddhanta says that actually. He said that in Radhakund, that it's not that we want to leave the Gopis out. It's not that we can understand the complexities and the high standard of love that is between Krishna, God, and the Gopis, the pure devotees. We cannot understand that our material attached brains as long as we are in this material world. But still we should know that it is there. And it's actually said in the Shastra, in Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam. And there's quite some verses which say the same kind of thing. This says, Yatredyante katam rishtas tranyaha pasamo yattaha nirvairam yatra bhutesu nodvigo yatra kaschana. Whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankering. Who has some material hankering? I see only Madhiti, the 2 Madhitis have material hankering, 3 Madhitis have material, 4 Madhitis, 5 Madhitis, 6. The Prabhus, they have no material. No fingers. No, I can put up my fingers. So he said here, whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankering, at least for the time being. Sorry, it's not for always. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another. And that's also for the time being. Nor do they suffer from anxiety or fear. So if we can listen always to Krishna's transcendental pastimes, then we don't are envious, then we not suffer from anxiety or fear, and then we have no material hankering. That's the whole goal of Krishna consciousness, to listen only to Krishna's pastimes. Actually, the goal is to be there with Krishna, right? You want to go to Krishna? Yeah. We want to go there. That's the goal of our whole Krishna conscious thing. Here's the goal. Actually, it's said in all our sastra that there is 3 aspects of spiritual life. The first aspect is what we call the Sambandhan Jnana. Who knows that word? Did you know it? Huh? What is it?
It describes the relationship. It's one of the 3 main topics of the Bhagavad Gita, and this describes the relationship that we have with the Supreme Lord.
Yes, the first step in spiritual life is Sambandha Jnana. Who am I? Who is the Lord? And what is this universe? What is Sambandha Jnana? Then the next step is Abhideya Jnana. Abhideya Jnana means once you know I'm not this body and there is a Lord, then what do you do with this knowledge? That is Sambandha Jnana. That we find Abhideya Jnana. You find that in the Shastras. The do's and the don'ts and how you can do it, and you should be vegetarian, and you should get one time married and don't deserve how you call it, divorce, and all these rules and regulations. That is what you do once you know there's a purpose. I'm not this body, I'm a spiritual soul, and I have a relationship with God and with the universe, and it all has a meaning. Then what do? That is what you do. You follow rules and regulations, and that's the Abhideya Jnana. And then the highest thing of this all of these 3 steps is the Prayoja Jnana. That is the goal of these 2 first activities. So generally in our classes, in our talks, in our exchange, we speak about these 2 first steps. You're not a body, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, what you should do, what you not should do. We talk always about these things. But actually, it is also good to talk about the goal of all these activities. Where we want to go with it. Where do we want to go with all these things? And that is Prayoja Jnana, and then we will spend some time for talking about that. Actually, I wanted to give the dates. There is different dates in this month. There is festivals remembering certain parts of Krishna's Leela in Vrindavan, Krishna's Leela when he was on this planet. But to get a better understanding of who Krishna actually is, and also because it's our tradition, and I said the prayers, we will read a little bit from the Krishna book, and Krishna book is not different from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And we just glorify the Srimad Bhagavatam with different verses. We glorify the spiritual master. So now we will read something from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is prayers offered by Lord Brahma to Lord Krishna. And that is further in the month there will be a festival that that Lord Balaram steals the cowherd boys and the cows, and then Krishna manifests all these forms for 1 year. And after that, when Brahma realizes, oh, I made a mistake here, then he says this prayer. So he says, Brahma said, my dear Lord, you are the only worshipful Lord, worshipful personality of Godhead. Therefore, I am offering my humble obeisances and prayer just to please you. Your bodily features are of the color of clouds filled with water. You are glittering with a silver electric aura emanating from your yellow garments. Let me offer my respectful, repeated obeisances unto the son of Maharaj Nanda, who is standing before me with cowshell, earrings, peacock feather on his head. His face is beautiful. He is wearing a helmet garlanded by forest flowers, and he stands with a morsel of food in his hand. He is decorated with cane and bugle, and he carries a buffalo horn and flute. He stands before me with small lotus feet. Oh, my dear Lord, people may say that I am the master of all Vedic knowledge, and I am supposed to be the creator of this universe, but has been proven now that I cannot understand you, personality, even though you are present before me just like a child. You are playing with your boyfriends, calves and cows, which might imply that you do not even have sufficient education. You are appearing just like a village boy, carrying your food in your hand and searching for your calves. And yet, there is so much difference between your body and mine, that I cannot estimate the potency of your body. As I have already stated in the Brahma Samhita, your body is not material.
Sorry, not that.
Excuse, ik wil het uitzeggen. People call always on the wrong time. So we're getting into the prayers, and this chapter has quite some prayers, and in the Srimad Bhagavatam is quite an extended chapter where all the prayers Brahma is saying towards Krishna. So in the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the body of the Lord is all spiritual. There is no difference between the Lord's body and his self. Each limbs of his body can perform the actions of all the others. The Lord can see with his hands, he can hear with his eyes, he can accept offering with his legs, and he can create with his mouth. Brahma continued, your appearance as a cowherd child is for the benefit of the devotees, and although I have committed offenses at your lotus feet by stealing away your cows, boys and calves, I can understand that you have mercy upon me. That is your transcendental quality. You are very affectionate towards your devotees. In spite of your affection for me, I cannot estimate the potency of your bodily activities. It is to be understood that when I, Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of this universe, cannot estimate the childlike body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then what to speak of us, of others? And if I cannot estimate the spiritual potency of your childlike body, then what can I understand about your transcendental pastimes? This is Lord Brahma. He is the creator of the universe. He has 4 heads. He has 4 times more brains than we have. Still, he's praised like this. Therefore, as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone who can understand a little of the transcendental pastimes, appearance and disappearance of the Lord becomes immediately eligible to enter into the kingdom of God after quitting the material body. This statement is also confirmed in the Vedas and is stated simply by understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can overcome the chain of repeated burden there. I therefore recommend that people should not try to understand you by the speculative knowledge. Maybe we should stop here. One little please. The best process of understanding you is to submissively give up the speculative process and try to hear about you. Try to hear about you, either from yourself, as you have given statements in the Bhagavad Gita and many similar Vedic literature, or from a realized devotee who has taken shelter at your lotus feet. One has to hear from a devotee without speculation. One does not even need to change his worldly position. He simply has to hear your message. Although you are not understandable by the material senses, simply by hearing about you, one can gradually conquer the missions of misunderstanding. By your own grace only, you become revealed to a devotee. You are unconquerable by any other means. Speculative knowledge without any trace of devotional service is simply a useless waste of time in the search for you. Devotional service is so important that even a little attempt can raise one to the highest perfectional stage. One should not, therefore, neglect this auspicious process of devotional service and take to the speculative method. By the speculative method, one may gain partial knowledge of your cosmic manifestations, but it is not possible to understand you, the origin of everything. The attempt of persons who are interested only in speculative knowledge is simply wasted labor, like the labor of a person who attempts to gain something by beating the empty husk of a rice paddy. A little quantity of paddy can be husked by the grinding wheel and one can gain some grains of rice. But if the skin of the paddy is already beaten by the grinding wheel, there is no further gain in beating the husk. It is simply useless labor. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Yamutare Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravanchari Devi Srasasunyavadi Bhakti Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, that's it for today. I like some water but a little bit lukewarm. You have? This is cold water.
Loud?
Yeah, loud. Not good for my throat. So I told you I will tell 3 stories, and so we have some time left to, at least we can start with one, and I will not make it too extended too much. But it's important, as we read, that to hear about Krishna's personal activities, and that's the Priyodhya Jnana, that's the higher things we should at least listen to, we should know about it, that it is there. And it starts out, I build it up a little bit, the 3 stories, so it starts out with a not so familiar known story of Krishna. We know all Krishna is the thief of the butter, right? He goes out and steals butter all the time. And that's written in the Srimad Bhagavatam, but there's so many different stories about that period in the different sastras, in our different sastras. Okay. So this is this is from the Garga Samhita, and it is from the 3rd chapter, 1st canto in chapter 17. There's a story about Lord Krishna, and there's different periods in Krishna's life, right? And then up till 6 years, he's stealing butter. When he goes beyond that, then he starts to steal other things. We will tell that story also. He steals the garments of the devotees, of the gopis. And after that, when Krishna is Kishore, when he is about 16 years old, actually there are some sastras that give an exact how old Krishna always is. It's like 15 years and 9 months and so many, but we generally say 16 years. So then there's also stealing going on. Krishna is stealing the heart of the devotee. And that's so 3 types of stealing. So there's also a 4th type of stealing of Krishna. Krishna also steals our path, our sin. He steals that. When we Krishna says that, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Saranam Vrajam Aham Svam Sarva Pabhebhyo. Don't be afraid. I take away your path. I steal your sinful activities, the karmas you have, if you surrender to Krishna. So he said 4 different types of thieves. He said, and he's called, actually that's called in the Shastra, is called Steya Yoga. So we have Hatha Yoga, we have Raj Yoga, we have Astanga Yoga, we have Bhakta Yoga. Now Krishna performs also a yoga, it's called Steya Yoga. We find that first in the 10th canto. And let's see, what 10th canto is, it's chapter, I don't remember the chapter. But we find that verse there where that is mentioned, that Krishna is Steya Yoga. He steals, he performs the yoga of stealing. The yoga of stealing in different ways. So Lord Krishna, Lord Hari works together with other Gopas. They are very smart. They're small boys. They're not yet 6 years. They're small boys. They go out every day to steal. And they go to different houses in Vrindavan, and they go to different devotees and Gopas and Gopis, and then they steal the butter. So, and then they eat it. They don't only steal it, they eat it also. So it goes around in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, the word goes around, spreads around very fast. That, okay, this boy of Yashoda Mai is stealing, so we have to protect our butter and our ghee and our everything. And so they put it in pots, and finally they hang it on the ceiling so that they cannot touch it. But as we know from the song we're going to sing just later on, from the Damodar Rastaka, we're going to sing that song of Krishna's pastime, stealing butter. We know of stealing butter from Mother Yasoda. We know that he finds ways to get through it. So also in this case, Krishna is going out with the Gopas, but some of them, not all of them, and we go to the house of Prabhavati Gopi, and that's the wife of Upananda. And Upananda is the uncle of Krishna, is one of the 4 brothers of Nandan Maharaj. Nandan Maharaj has 4 brothers, 2 older brothers and 2 younger brothers. And one of them is Upananda, who is married with Prabhavati Gopi. So he goes there, and one way or another, they go a lot of times to that specific house and stealing the butter. And this Prabhavati Gopi is always too late. He's always getting angry a little bit. And in one sense, the Gopi is getting angry when Krishna comes to steal. But on the other hand, they like him to come and steal. They like, because he's so beautiful, he's so nice, and it's such a funny pastime. They like him to come in their house to steal their butter. But outwardly, no, they want, this naughty boy, he comes to steal my butter, we should beat him up or something like that. So she is complaining. She goes to Mother Yasoda, says, complaining. I know, she says to Mother Yasoda, your milk and butter and ghee and yogurt is like mine. We are Vrindavan, it's all the same. But still, and I know you don't teach this boy, I really know you don't teach the boy to go out and steal something, but still, he comes at my place and he steals. And he steals, and not only stealing, he destroys the pots. And he gives it to the monkeys and to his friends, the butter and the ghee and everything. And Mother Yasoda is a kind of, ladies kind of, my boy is not stealing, like that, How you dare to say that, my boy is not stealing. She says, well, we, in our house, we have 1 million cows. Actually, the accurate figure is, some shastras say like 10 million cows, some say 1 million cows. In Bhagavatam it says 900,000. Nanda Maharaj has 900,000 cows. So she says, we have 1 million cows. So our whole house is full with butter and yogurt and ghee and everything is there. So how do you dare to say that? You know, how you can say such a thing? She said, okay, you know what? You bring this boy when the butter or the milk or whatever, because he's a small boy, so it's all over his face. You bring him and show me that he is doing that. So she goes home and Prabhavati thinks, okay, I will try to. She says, and if he does, I will teach him a lesson. I will teach him a lesson. So Prabhavati goes happy. She goes home and she goes. She does her daily things, and sure enough, the boys come, try to steal the butter. It's highly there, and then suddenly Prabhupada sees now really, how you say it, she's really watching out. You know, is something going to happen? So she's really on the outlook of the boys are coming. Can I catch them? So this time. The boys start on the grinding mortar, climbing on the grinding mortar and knock down the pot and start to eat the butter. But she hears the falling of the pot. So she runs forward and she has a chance to grasp Krishna by his hand. She says, I got you. Opheette dat betrapt, we say in Dutch.
Caught in the act.
Huh?
Caught in the act.
Caught in the act. Ik heb je. You're caught now, so come. Oh my God, it's already...
Don't look at the clock, please.
Okay, so she takes the small kid with her and says, okay, now come with me. And she walks to the house of Nandan Maharaj. And when she comes in front, the house, she sees Nandan Maharaj is a little bit walking in the front of the house. So Nandan Maharaj is like the king of Vrindavan. He's the boss of the cowherd boys. So she gets a little bit afraid. So what she does, she covers the boys, because if he sees that she comes there with Krishna, he might say, hey, what are you doing with my boy, you know? So she covers his head, and then she goes past him, you know, and goes inside, because she wants to show to Yasodamai. So she goes to Yasodamai, and Lord Hari, who's under the cloth, he knows now he's getting home. He's kind of getting afraid now, because he knows he's going to get beaten up by his mother now, because he was caught on the act. So then once he comes in front of Mother Yasoda, she see, I brought him. He said, well, you know, I see a boy, but he wears a cloth. Show me. So she takes away the cloth, and then what shows up? Her own son. So she's just looking at, to see Mother Yasoda, how she will react. So she takes it off and looks at Mother Yasoda. But it's her own son, Krishna, changed his appearance and the appearance of his own son. And Mother said, what is this? This is not Krishna, it's your son. Take him, she said, take him home. So she goes back home with the Krishna in the form of her son. And then as soon as he's going out and they're going directly of their own house, Krishna changes the form again and he becomes Krishna again. And he says, Prabhavati, no. The next time you're going to do this with me, I'm going to change in your husband. So she never did it again. So this is how we see how Krishna does his pastimes. Although he's not God, he's God, he plays he's not God, but still he uses some of the abilities God has. Changing and take another form, he does other things, and like that. So this is one of the pastimes. This is actually the introduction. We can laugh about it. This is a nice pastime, and it is warming for the heart. We get a little bit understanding of Krishna. Especially, we read the prayers of Brahma. We know actually now who this person is, who this small boy, dirty boy is. What they also do is another nice thing is written in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is sometimes the boys, they take the tail of a calf, and the calf is and he's running, and they glide in the mud, they glide behind the calf and going around like that. So I grew up myself with not with in the farm, but I was going regular to the farm. I go over a little village, and I have a sentiment for these things because this simple village life. I mean, look at all of us. We're all living in a big city, and we're worshiping a God who lives in a village, who runs after cows. And there's a plenty of milk and yogurt, and it's a village. And we all live in big cities, and there's cow and calves, and there's actually some green trees, and that's it. So it's a little strange, right? So we should also try to not forget and to develop the desire. We want to go to Vrindavan. We want to go to Vrindavan ultimately, isn't it? We want to have that village, simple village life with Krishna and playing in the dirt and going out and doing all these things. That's what we want. That's Krishna consciousness. We want to go there. So it's a little bit strange that we don't have that in our lives right now. We can develop that hankering for that. That's okay. Maybe we should try in the future to have next. We will have a big new temple in Amsterdam, but we should also not forget that ultimately we want to go to Vrindavan. We don't want to stay in Amsterdam, at least not myself. So there's one pastime, and there's another one I wanted to tell. That's a famous pastime. It's in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This one was not in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the pastime of Krishna stealing the saris of the gopis. So that happens, that will also be, it's just after the month of Kartik. The month of Kartik finished on the 15th or the 16th, and the next day the Katyadani Vrata starts. Then the gopis, the small gopis, they're 8 years old. Krishna is a little older now. Krishna is, I think he's also 5, 6, 7, 8. It's in that area of his time of life that this pastime is there. And the gopis, they take a vow to follow for 1 month, for not only eating one time a day, and doing puja for Durga Mataji. Generally, devotees don't do that. We don't do pujas of worship of the devatas, but in this case, they are worshipping the devatas because they want Krishna as their husband. And in Vedic culture, ladies are married very young. They are 8, 9, 10 years old. They already get married. Will not live together with the boy, that will be later, but they are already married. So the girl knows, so he's going to be my husband, and the husband knows this is going to be my wife. So that's the Vedic system. So this, when they're very young, they do this special, up till nowadays, they do that, have a special puja to either to Shivji or to Durga Mai to get a good husband. So in this case, it's written in Srimad Bhagavatam that they were performing that activity. So that means that every morning they were eating only one time a day, and what they were eating was rice with mung dal without any kind of spices. Huh? You know, right? You say yes. It's a kind of khichdi, but without the turmeric, without the salt, without the nice things. Only rice with mung dal. They eat only that. And then it is said that if you eat only that, it purifies your whole system. So it's good for us to try it on something like that also. Maybe next year when there is Kartik, we can all try to eat only one time a day, and we eat without spices and salt and things like that. Like that the devotees do. But they do it after this month, right? So they were doing that thing, and they were going every day to the Jamuna River, and they were performing this making a murti out of the dirt of the Yamuna River, some sand and some mud, and they make a murti of Durga Mai, and then they offer the puja to Durga, and fruits. They offer all kind of things to Durga, and in that sense they hope to please Durga Mai to get a good husband. In their hearts, they all want Krishna as their husband, because Krishna is so attractive. Nobody can resist Krishna. That's why we're here, right? So they all want to marry Krishna. So they do it for the whole month. They were doing this, Yeah, maybe everybody should come a little bit forward. I'm not biting. I'm vegetarian. I took a bath this morning, so don't be afraid. Come a little bit closer. So they were doing this thing for 1 month. They were going, and then at the end of that month, Krishna, he's the Super Seer. He is also in the heart of the gopis, right? He is in our heart also, so he knows what is going on. So Krishna came to that spot where the gopis were taking a bath, and what the gopis were doing every day after the puja, before the puja, they were taking a bath in the Yamuna River, and they were not wearing any clothes. They take off all, all the clothes when they go and take a bath, and they put the saris on one heap, and then they go take a bath. And up till recent years, there were still different spots in India and in the villages near the rivers where only the ladies were allowed to go to take a bath without clothes. They were taking bath naked. So maybe I don't know if the growing up ladies were doing that, but the small girls were doing that. So they were doing that, and Krishna came with the cowherd boys. He was in that area, and he took all the saris and he climbed in the tree with the saris. And the whole discussion, and the Bhagavatam writes the whole discussion what takes place between the gopis and between Krishna. What they say, Krishna says, oh, if you want to have back your clothes, you have to come out of the water. And the gopi says, well, what are you doing? We're going to report you to Kamsa. Kamsa is the guy who's in charge of the whole area. He's the bad guy. We will report you to Kamsa, and Kamsa will put you in jail or something. Oh, Krishna, I'm not afraid of Kamsa. I'm not afraid of Kamsa. What can he do? My father is Nanda Maharaj. He cannot do anything. So there's some talking up instead. But finally they said, and the gopi said, oh, we're getting cold now. We are in the water so long. And it's getting cold. It's this time of the year. At the end of this month, it's a little bit later. Then they were bathing in the Yamuna River. It's still cold, right? Now, especially in Vrindavan, it can be very cold. So they were, please, Krishna, we want back our clothes. You have to give us back. Krishna said, no. You have to come out in order to get your clothes. But how can we come out? We are girls. We cannot come out. You're a man, and things like that. They were talking what's going on. But finally, they have to admit, they have to surrender, and then they come out on the water. When they're standing all there, they're keeping their hands for the lower parts of the body, and Krishna says to them, no, you have to raise up your hands to glorify the Lord. You have to raise up your hands, otherwise I will not give you the cloth. So finally they all surrender and raise up their hands, and Krishna gives back the cloth. I make it a little shorter because, as I promised, there's one more story actually, but I have to look at the bus if it's allowed or not. Oh, he's the boss. Okay, there's two buses here. Big one, small one, and there's one.
The Pujari, I don't know, question.
So Krishna is finally is after they beg and so on and so on. But ultimately, we can understand that they wanted Krishna as their husband. And in Vedic culture, if a man sees a woman without cloth, that means they are married now. So Krishna fulfilled their secret desire, and in that sense, they were married now officially to Krishna. There's different types of marriage in Vedic culture, and this is one of them. One other one is just exchanging a garland. If I take a garland and give it to a lady, and the lady takes a garland and gives it to me, then you're supposed to be married. So there's different ways of marriage, but this was the way they were married in this sense. And remember, they are only 8 years old, so there's some persons who think, oh, it's in kind of erotic kind of pastimes and with the boy with so many girls and all that. But it's not like that, because it has a deeper meaning also. The meaning of this whole pastime is that, and that is also needed if we want to read the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why also they had to raise up their hands. That means we have to completely surrender. We have to give up all our pretensions, all our desires, if we want to go to Krishna. With what we have now in our hearts, we cannot go to Krishna. There's hankering, we saw the fingers coming out, there's hankering in the heart, there's so many things in our heart are not so clean. With this we cannot go to Krishna. So if we want to go to Krishna, we have to give everything in this material world, we have to give it up. Otherwise there's no way for us to surrender to Krishna. And that's the meaning of this pastime. We all have to become naked before Krishna. Without all this material, it doesn't mean we take off our clothes, but it means that without all the baggage, all the desires, all the dirty things in the heart, that is all to be left aside. Otherwise, we cannot come to Krishna. So that was the second one. Yeah, I asked him permission because the other one.
We also have the rest to come later, so added also, so the program will be
already extended.
Already. So maybe
Okay, maybe next time then. I will give you the title. It's called Krishna Takes Sannyas. Or it's called Beggar of Brain. And it's a very nice story. It appears in a small booklet. And I don't know where the story emanates from. I will not tell it.
No spoilers, please.
Well, I show you the book. It's called a small book. It's called The Embankment of Separation, and it's a compiled of lectures of Srimad Govinda Maharaj. And therein he gives that story how Krishna but that Krishna took sannyas actually, and it is meant. Maybe we can do that. I will just say what was the meaning. That is meant Krishna in that story he is cursed by Vishaka. You will cry in the future, you will cry in the future, you will cry in the future. Vishaka is cursing Krishna. Because he came in the form of a sannyasi, he cheated them all. So he is cursing them. And then what is that? It's a prediction of what is going to happen later when Krishna takes that form as a sannyas. And he becomes Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And we will close that with a song. Kan je dat op het bord zetten, broer? Gauranga Karuna Koro. Ja? Dat kan niemand mee zijn. Wat staat er nu op? Jaya Radha. So this is because now we started with Krishna, boyhood, and then a little bit older, and then finally Krishna, when he's Kaishore, he's taking, there's a curse, he gets a curse from Vishaka that he has to become a sannyas, he has to cry in the future, and that crying sannyas in the future, that is right there on the altar, that is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He is crying for Krishna. He is Krishna, but he's crying for Krishna. He's crying for Krishna. So we should understand that he is Krishna, he's the same naughty boy, but he comes in another form. He comes in the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He is Krishna with the mood of Radha. He is with the mood of Radha and is crying for Krishna. God crying for himself. You don't find that anywhere else. You find it only in the Hare Krishna movement, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Charitamrita. That is explained that God is actually crying for himself. He is teaching us how we want to, if we want to get Krishna, then we have to chant Hare Krishna. Now cry! You have to chant Hare Krishna and cry at the same time. Your chanting should be crying. Prabhupada said the chanting should be like crying as a little child for his mother. That should be our chanting. Yeah. Gauranga Karuna Koro Dinahina Jane Gauranga Karuna Koro Dinahina Jane Moksama Patita Prabhu Maitri Bhuvane Osama Patita Antatrina dore kora Daki e tomorrow Antatrina dore kora Daki e tomorrow Ipakori e soama Idoyamandi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Asuranuja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Asuranuja Bhaktana Koraya Sada Narutam Oh Lord, oh my dear Lord Gauranga, please show your mercy to this lowly and destitute soul. Oh Lord, there's no one more fallen than myself in all the three worlds. Holding grass between my teeth, oh Lord Gaura, I'm calling out to you now. Please be compassionate upon me and come to reside within the temple of my heart. If you do not give your mercy, seeing how fallen I am, then why are you known as Patita Pavana, the merciful Savior of the fallen? I am plunged amidst the violent hurricane-stricken waves in the ocean of this material world, from which there is no escape. So kindly give me the gift of your divine lotus feet, which are compared to a boat in which your servant may cross over the ocean of birth and death. Narottam Das, the servant of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, ceaselessly makes this prayer. Hare. So tomorrow is Narottam Das, of course, disappearance. So that's why we close up this song. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Praise Janakinath Prabhu ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Ananti Koti Vaisnavinde Ki Namachaya Shila Rita Sakur Naratanda Sakur Ki Jai Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kun Kiri Gopinatha Ki Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sri Dwarka Dham Ki Jai Sri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai Tamarastakam Ki Jai Prakas Ki Jai Gol Primanandi Oh, glory to the Son of God. Oh, glory to the Son of God. Oh, glory to the Son of God. Oh, glory to the Lord. Sisi Guru. Sisi Karuna Nita Gora Chandra Ki. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Krishna. Thank you so much for coming and participating. Wonderful Kartik Day in the Association of Devotees and the Association of Sri Chaitanya Devotees of Bhagavan. We welcome you all for our Sunday Feast Festival. Let us all recite Hare Krishna mantra together. Loud. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Radha Madhura Bhagavan ki jai. Today's wonderful Sunday feast lecture was given by our dear Janakinath Prabhu. Janakinath Prabhu. Thanks for singing nice bhajans and giving a good class, Prabhuji. Okay. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Let's thank Prabhuji by loudly singing Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Wonderful feast is cooked by Jayashri and Amrita. Hey, Amrita. Vivek, Prabhu. Anyone else? Suraj. Anyone else? Hasan? Hare Krishna. Wonderful lady decoration and who did the lady services? Visualize? Yes. Yourself? Decoration was? Yeah. Natigrada Mataji and Rujarani combined together, nice deity decoration and setup and deity services. Let us thank these devotees for putting their hearts into this service. Of course, deity service is a big thing. It's a 9-hour seva. We have devotees who do it every day. They come in the morning, they go in the evening. They offer Bhoga to the multiple times a day, and they have been doing it since quite some time now. We have a schedule. The team of Shasaki Mataji and Primalata Mataji and Janani Mataji, Janakinath Prabhu and who else? Mukhyati Mataji and Rangaradhika Mataji. Govinda Mohini Mataji, Pratapura sometimes is backup. So we thank all these devotees for putting their hearts into these services. Thank you so much. Let us thank all of them because of their services to them. Because please come to Gaurachandra and it's their direct service. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Someone is here for the first time. Please, can you raise your hand? You have a small gift. You are holding one gift. Maybe you can take all the books, or you can give him also that. What's your name, Prabhu? I'm Pujit. Pujit. Okay. Janyasu, who can please give everybody a gift?
Prabhuji, this is for you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? First timers? First time to temple today? Give the
Time to solve this.
Here's the Father.
Chaitanya Mataji, be here for a minute.
You have a very nice book called On the Way to Krishna. This is Joel. One more. One more. The teachings of Greek Buddhism, section of the human body. Very nice.
Hare Krishna. There is one more devotee here. What's your name, Prabhu? Chandra. Thanks for coming, Chandra.
You have a choice, Krishna or Chandra. You have
Hare Krishna. Anyone else here? First timers? No, that's it. Rani, you got a book last time when you came? Okay, that's it. We have Chaitanya Mataji and Vedant. Ved, not Vedant. Ved. And Devansh Prabhu. You remember? Devesh Prabhu. Yeah, they made a very nice donation to the temple for the new temple building. So, Prabhu, we request you to give Darshan a book.
Wow.
Very good. You can show what this book is about. This is having deities from all around ISKCON or different worlds. Yes. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. Hope that Krishna blesses you a lot in this month of Kartik.
Heavy, it's heavy.
Okay, they will take a photo. I'll
Wow.
Hare Krishna. Done with the Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Anyone else here? First timers?
They coming in?
Are you first timers to temple? Have you come before? No? Okay. There is one new person also.
So you get the gifts.
Here. Srimad Bhagavatam for you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What's your name?
Simi.
Thank you.
Another person.
Oh, there's okay, here one more. You English or Dutch? English. One more.
You also come from
Second time. But I
You didn't get the book last time.
Bhagavatam?
You got Bhagavatam already?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, here. Take it.
But this one you already have it. Bhagavatam.
I can give you afterwards. Okay? Hare Krishna. Srini? Where is Srini? It's all okay. So we had started this amazing month of Kartik with Richard Purnima on Thursday, and devotees have been, and the mic is I use your magic again. So from that day onwards, we have been going around many different places in the Netherlands and having home programs every day, sometimes many programs every day. Yesterday, Prabhupada did 4 programs, I did 3 programs. Next week we have been packed also, the week after also. So the whole month of Kartik will be having the Ashtakam Deepadam Seva happening in many parts of Netherlands with our devotees going there with Hivix and Damodar and the Ashtakam, spreading the wisdom and blessings all over Netherlands. So Srini has made a quick video which she would like to show what has been done. I have also not seen this. So Srini, is it going to be played now? Is there a video? Audio also? Yes. Shout out your places. It's Lenistan, okay. Louder. Bucky space, okay. Louder. Bucky space. I saw Ashutosh Prabhu's song. Amsterdam. Alton. Amsterdam. Tilburg. So this will continue into the month. We are in 3rd day today of Kartik. 27 more days to go. Dear devotees, this is the month in which anything which you do for Krishna, the kind of benefit you are going to get is many folds. But we usually don't have any other desire to achieve other than just one thing, which is pleasing Krishna. So please put your heart into the whole month of Kartik. Do something for Krishna. If you like to do some service, please come to temple. We are open on Tuesdays and Sundays. If you come other days also, there may be some service, but usually we are not welcoming guests on weekdays other than Tuesday and Sunday. But if you come on a Sunday morning, you can get on to cutting vegetables or cleaning the temple, helping with decorations or with cooking, or there are so many opportunities. You can now help with serving the prasadam to devotees, afterwards help with cleaning. You can give donations to Krishna. You can just approach Madhuri Bhakti or myself or Tosha and just give some donations to Krishna. So many opportunities to serve. Or you can also host these programs in your house. You can just reach out to, if you're living in Almere, reach out to Suraj. If you're somewhere in Arfan, Srini is here, Pratapura is here for Mr. Bean. somewhere down south. Maya is here. If you are in Haarlem, Hoofddorp, you can reach out to me. So Paula is taking care of Amsterdam. So many opportunities are there to get engaged with Krishna this month. Please use this opportunity. Don't let it go. So 27 more days to go. Let's make it count. Let's make it happen in a way that significant spiritual advancement happens in this month of Kartik. Usually devotees take vows that, I don't eat sweets, or I'll chant 32 rounds, or I read entire Krishna book, or whatever. You can also take this kind of vrata, some sort of commitment that yes, I want to do this in the month of Kartik. I want to start reading Bhagavatam, or I'm already chanting 16 rounds, I want to chant with much more sincerity and commitment and quality. So please take something, whatever. And this is for your benefit, nothing for us in temple or anything. So this is for yourself. If you do anything for Krishna in this month, you will gain many, many fold returns in terms of bhakti hearts for your loved ones. We have been doing this quick exercise every time when we announce now that in ISKCON Amsterdam we want to get a new temple. So let's please close our eyes. Have one heart, praying to Shri Pandita Gaurachandra, Shri Shraddha Gopinath, Jananabhudu Subhadra, Shri Prabhupada, that we sincerely want to have a temple for ISKCON Amsterdam, our own temple, which is a beautiful place, going to be hosting a lot of devotees and Govindas and ashram and so many wonderful things happening there. So let's pour our hearts into this one thought, all of us together, and recite Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Dear Krishna, or dear Radharani, Shri Pandita Gaurachandra, if you desire so, let us have a beautiful temple to offer to your lotus feet. Thank you so much. Krishna, anything else you want to? Damodar Ashtakam will be doing Damodar Ashtakam now. So who wants to sing? Anybody? You want to sing? You want to sing?
And after that, Prasada.
After that will be serving Prasada. So that's it, I think. Announcement. So before we end, we always do a quick meditation. The whole month of Kartik is Radharani's favorite month. It becomes Krishna's also favorite. That's the benefit. If we can just somehow please Krishna and Radharani, do something in their lotus feet as our contribution, something in the lotus feet of Shri Pandita Gaurachandra. It's only because of the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we have access to Vrindavan. It's only because of mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we have access to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let us be grateful for all this which is being given to us even in the midst of Amsterdam. And sings Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Bhagwan ki jai, Parasam Bhagwan ki jai, Navadeva Subhadramaya ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll sing from the Ashtakam now. We'll come on the screen.
If people stand, no one able to see.
You sit on the
Other who are following, they don't see the if people stand here.
no, they will not come there. Yes, please. Yes, please. So devotees are aspiring for different kinds of relationships with the Lord. And one is to be a parent or an auntie or an uncle. So this song, Dhammarasaka song, is sung in that mood, like that. And I'll read the translation, and so that you can, when you chant the prayer, that you know what you're singing about, because then it to the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose chart-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who's beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, after breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was turning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yasoda, but had been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he's crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and a necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to his crying. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound, not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for your boon of impersonal liberation, nor of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Balagopal in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yasoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool which is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and becomes visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, just as the 2 sons of Kavira were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with a rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodar, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent robe which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastime. Shri Radha Damodar ki Jai. Shri Damodar ki Jai. It is a 2-beat, so not too with it. Yeah.
जय श्री श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की नमामीश्वरम् सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले Jaya
Amen. Hare
जय श्री श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की, श्री दामोदर अष्टकम की, कार्तिक मास की, लक्ष्मी करुणानिताई गौरचंद्र भगवान की, सामयिक गौर भक्तवृंद की, जय गो प्रेमानंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
So we're going to make rolls for the Shadam distribution. Prashadam Govindam